This video is about a man who invested $100 in Bitcoin, forgot about it completely, and discovered years later that the money he once considered lost had quietly turned into millions. The man has no public name, his identity was never revealed, and it never needed to be. What confirms this story are archived emails, early wallet records, and forum activity from Bitcoin's earliest years. Proof that ordinary people bought Bitcoin, stored it, and disappeared. He was one of those people, a real early investor, completely anonymous. In 2010, Bitcoin was not a trend. It wasn't even considered money. One Bitcoin was worth less than $1. There were no apps to buy it, no influencers to promote it, and no headlines predicting its future. Most people who heard about Bitcoin dismissed it immediately. But he didn't. He first encountered Bitcoin late at night on an online forum. The post described a digital currency that worked without banks, governments, or middlemen. He didn't understand the code behind it. He didn't care about financial revolutions. What interested him was the timing. This was early. So early that failure felt more likely than success. After reading for less than an hour, he made a simple decision. He would spend $100. Not because he believed Bitcoin would make him rich, but because $100 was an amount he could afford to lose. Buying Bitcoin in 2010 was difficult. There were no polished websites, no secure apps, no customer support. He had to trust a rough-looking exchange. He sent money to someone he had never met. He downloaded a wallet file and saved it on his computer. The process felt risky and unprofessional. Eventually, the transaction completed. His wallet showed a balance that meant almost nothing to him at the time. Thousands of Bitcoins! There was no excitement, no screenshot, no message to friends. To him, it was just an experiment. He closed his laptop and went back to his life. Over the next few months, Bitcoin barely moved. The price fluctuated, crashes happened, articles appeared declaring Bitcoin dead. He checked the price once, then maybe twice, and then he stopped checking altogether. In his mind, the money was already gone. And when you believe something is lost, you stop thinking about it. Life took over. Work became busy, responsibilities increased, time moved faster. He changed jobs. He moved to a new place. Old computers were replaced. Files were deleted. Emails were forgotten. The wallet stayed behind. Bitcoin slowly turned into background noise, a word he occasionally heard but never connected to himself. Years passed without him realizing what was happening. In 2013, Bitcoin crossed $1,000. Some people celebrated. Others panicked and sold everything. He saw the headlines, but they didn't mean anything to him. Because in his mind, Bitcoin was something he once read about, not something he owned. Then came the crashes. Bitcoin fell hard, again and again. Each time, critics declared it finished, and each time, it survived. Still, he remained unaware. By 2017, Bitcoin was everywhere. News channels discussed it daily. Friends argued about it. Social media was flooded with price predictions. Bitcoin crossed $10,000, then higher. That's when something changed. While listening to people talk about crypto, a memory surfaced. A late night, an online forum, a risky transaction, $100. This time, the thought didn't fade. This time, his heart raced. And for the first time in years, he asked himself a question that made him stop breathing. What if I still have that Bitcoin? He didn't sleep that night. The question kept repeating in his head. What if the Bitcoin was still there? What if it wasn't lost? What if that forgotten experiment had survived all these years? The next morning he began searching. Old laptops, external hard drives, USB sticks buried in drawers. Nothing. Then he remembered the email. The account he used back in 2010. He tried logging in. Wrong password. He tried again. Still wrong. The email provider warned him one more failed attempt could lock the account permanently. He stopped. For a moment, doubt took over. Maybe it was gone. Maybe the wallet was lost forever, like so many others. Millions of Bitcoins had already disappeared this way. Locked behind forgotten passwords, destroyed hard drives, and lost files. He took a breath and tried a different approach. He searched his inbox history using old keywords, forum names, exchange confirmations. Hours passed. Then suddenly one message appeared, an old transaction email. His hands started shaking. The email confirmed it. a Bitcoin purchase from 2010. The amount matched. His memory was real. Now came the hardest part, recovering the wallet. He searched backups from old systems, scanned folders he hadn't opened in years, and then he found it. A small file with a strange name. The wallet. He opened it. The software took time to sync. Minutes felt like hours. The balance finally appeared. He stared at the screen, unable to speak. That $100 was no longer $100. It wasn't even thousands. It was millions. More money than he had ever imagined having. No trading strategy, no market timing, no genius move. Just one decision, made early and forgotten. He didn't celebrate immediately. In fact, he felt overwhelmed. Fear followed excitement. What if he made a mistake now? What if he lost it all trying to move it? He moved slowly, carefully. He secured the wallet, split the funds, contacted professionals. Only then did reality sink in. His life had changed, but not because he was smart, because he was early, and because he didn't sell. Thousands of people bought Bitcoin early. Most sold at $10, at $100, at $1,000. Fear pushed them out. Doubt convinced them it was over. He didn't hold because he was strong. He held because he forgot. And sometimes, forgetting is what saves you. This story isn't about copying the past. Bitcoin will never be early again the same way, but the lesson remains. Markets reward patience, punish panic, and favor those who think long-term. For every forgotten wallet that became a fortune, there are countless others that disappeared forever. Crypto is risky, volatile, unforgiving, but it also rewards conviction. Sometimes the biggest gains come not from action, but from inaction, from resisting fear, from ignoring noise, from letting time do the work. That anonymous man never planned to become rich. He simply took a small risk when nobody cared. And years later, that forgotten decision quietly rewrote his future. Not because he knew what would happen, but because he stayed out of the way. And in a world where everyone is trading, predicting, and reacting, doing nothing was the smartest move he ever made. And stories like this are why we created Digi Currency. Here, we break down the world of crypto, the real stories, the lessons, the news that actually matters, and the knowledge that helps you understand what's happening beneath the noise. No promises, no shortcuts, just clarity in a fast-moving market. If you want to stay informed, learn from the past, and understand crypto beyond the charts, like the video, subscribe to Digi Currency, and stay curious. The next story might change how you see crypto forever.